But fair use for you is how do you protect against yourself and why? How do you not get your system in place? There's a couple questions that were put forth, and I'm going to use this as an example. Science labs. I do this all the time. I'm looking for some kind of an experiment in physics that I want to try to get these kids to do. I'll Google it, and they'll pull up 50 different things, right? And then I'll take it down, and I'll modify it. I will strip out stuff, put stuff in, use it as a base. I have not violated copyright law by doing that. Because they cannot copyright the idea. There's no way they can copyright the idea of whatever that lab was. And in physics, there is only so many ways you can write the problem of a ball being thrown off some item and how far it goes, right? It's almost impossible to copyright and maintain that cover because there's only so many ways you could write that idea. And labs are very much the same way. If you tweak it and move it around, it's yours. You own it. If you like what somebody else has created, then just post a link to it. If you just put a link, which goes to the second question about YouTube, if you post a link to something that's already out in the public, not public domain, but that they put out there, you haven't violated anything. You have not copied anything.
Does that include embedding as well, those links?
Yeah, embedding in links that you, because you're just saying, go over there and look at this thing over there. Go over and look at this thing over there. There's nothing violating because the person, if they didn't want anybody to see it, if they put it into the internet, you can't copy it onto your own internet web page, but you can make a link to it, and you're perfectly good.
So if I go to a link and I print it, does that break the law?
For the average Joe, yes. For you and I, no, because that's fair use.
Which is just a defense, they can still come at us, but we have a defense.
You have a defense that will be ironclad. Now, if you print 2 copies of it and distribute that copy to somebody else, your student, even if you only have 1 student, your defense just got cut in half. If you print it for yourself...
If I collect them back at the end of class, so if I print 26 copies, I hand them out for class, and I collect them back at the end of class.
No, if you can't do that. You printed it for yourself, for fair use. If the student needs a thing, they need to print it for themselves.
So
and then they have the same
they all
defense.
print and they're okay.
If each student prints it themselves, they're fine.
What if you print
They can
one
use the
copy?
same.
Sorry. What if you print 1 copy and then project it?
1 copy and project it. Why do you need to print though? Why not just project it?
Okay, project it.
It's
No,
because
this-
it's a public display of the
It's
information.
but it's fair use. It's easy. There's no court, no judge, nothing. If you just print what's on the web page already, or publish on, project it up on your screen. So like, I had that cartoon at the front. I purposely put that cartoon there. I'm violating copyright law by putting that cartoon there. But I can argue very easily that that cartoon is a critique on education here in an educational environment. And no way he can enforce that. And he's not, just no way he can win that one. Question there.
So then, if I'm uploading a PDF to my online site, and so I'm not printing it, but let's say I got the PDF in public domain.
Okay, don't use the domain. From a public
From a public
source.
source, and I take it, I upload it, I'm not printing it out, but a
No,
student
you
can
just
print
did.
it out.
You violated because you put it over
Okay.
here.
So you
Doesn't
can't-
have to be printed to paper. It's printed to... So instead of doing that, just put a link to wherever you got it from. Just put a link to wherever you downloaded that thing from, and problem solved. You have not violated any law in any way, shape, or
So
form.
we're shifting the burden of printing onto the student, is really what's going on, to the individual who's using it.
And that individual has the right and the defense of fair use.
Correct. Okay.
And not every kid wants to read on paper anymore either. Number 2, by you copying a second one and distributing it, now that's not a fair use defense anymore. your copy is a fair use defense. The second one in distributing it is not a fair use defense.
Thank you.
Question here.
So what if you're citing your sources? So, for example, I work in a histology program, and sometimes we don't always have slides, so what we do is we may have to take a Google image or something,
Yep.
let's say, for example, to teach.
Yep, that's fair
We
use.
cite it, we can use it.
Citing is irrelevant.
Okay.
Citing is an academic thing.
Wait, you don't need to cite to avoid copyright
The
infringements?
citing it does not do anything to protect you or help you or anything. Citing is an academic,
Just
it's
academically.
an academic thing to
Fit-
do because it's a
correct
nice thing
use.
to do.
Oh, okay.
Just taking a screenshot and putting it on your slides and putting it up, your defense is fair use. Citing it is irrelevant in any way, shape, or form. It means nothing.
I'm confused between like a screenshot and a PDF. Why?
It's
is it-
exactly the same thing.
But I thought you said a PDF is not.
No,
okay.
if I download
Right.
PDF and then I print it over here, that's not what hers
You're
is.
uploading it. You're uploading it so they can
Now,
look at
uploading
it.
it so they can grab it,
Right.
that's a different thing than what you just described. What you described is take a screenshot, putting it on my slides, which is, I'm teaching it from.
Okay.
Now, if I actually, to be technically and true, if I print off these PDF slides and then put them upline, I have now violated the but I still wouldn't worry about it, because it's still fair use.
Fair
It's-
use doesn't mean it's legal.
It's just a
It just
defense.
means you won't be
You will win.
Most likely.
No, it doesn't mean you won't be prosecuted, it means you will win. It means you can defend yourself.
But if you took that picture of some slide, put it in your laboratory course pack and sent it to Xanadu, then they're going to go through the routes and move.
They have every right to figure out if that picture got permission.
Okay.
Yeah. And why are they doing that? Because the college has much deeper pockets than you do, and that organization is doing two things. Making money, pure and simple, and they're charged with and contracted with the college to protect the college from liability. So they're trying to do the two things.
So if the college is showing due diligence, then it won't be prosecuted for every single detail, as long as it's got a thing in place.
Now, let me correct the statement here. The college can be prosecuted all the time. They will win when it comes to, they will be able to win almost all the time.
But they'll have to go to court. and-
You'll still have to fight.
Do you,
There was a question over here.
So my question was coming back to your, for example, lab experiment. So if I, like, let's say I teach social sciences, and I find someone's, like, group work, let's say, or assignment, and let's say someone like about indigenous people in Kalahari Desert. If I just, instead of saying Kalahari, I say, I don't know, a Sahara Desert, and print exercise for students to do it,
Tweak the exercise, you're perfectly fine.
it's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They can't copyright the idea.
Mm-hmm.
They can only copyright the exact expression of the idea.
Okay, so you can just change a
But
little bit.
for the 99% of the time, of all the things that you're worried about, you're never going to ever worry about, and the college is never ever going to have to worry about. The issue is when you start copying books and chunks out of books, like chapters worth of material out of a book. The reason is because it's easy for computer-generated search engines now to actually find that